Hello, children. Are you ready for some cutting up and kikiing? Are you ready for a gay old time? Well, I hope you are, because now it's time for Hey Qween's Valentine's Day special with your host, Jonny McGovern.
Yeah! Hey Qween, come on and spill the tea. Hey Qween, it's just a good old-fashioned kiki. Hey Qween, we're cutting up with Jonny. Hey, 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 hey Qween.
Hello, my little lockers of love, and welcome to another OMG episode of Hey Qween, with me, your host, Jonny McGovern. Today is a show full of love, as you can tell from the hearts and the bubbles. It's our Valentine's Day special! Yay! Oh, what a delightful show. And let me tell you, I'm in love with our guest today. She is a New York queen, my gabies. This queen was a RuPaul's Drag Race Season 9 one to watch. Yes, honey, the subway fish herself, Miss Alexis Michelle, is here today. Now, before she peacocks herself out here to gab away, I have to introduce you to my Valentine. Oh, yes, a diva who will clean out a box of chocolates in under 2 minutes, honey. She's got class, sass, and when she's around, watch your ass. I'm talking about the one and only Miss Lady Red Couture. Hey! Well, hey, Queen.
Hey, Queen.
Or should I say, Happy Valentine's, honey.
Ooh, I love a good Valentine.
Oh.
Yes.
You look so Valentine's.
Let me tell you something. You know, I like to do things on steroids.
Oh, yeah.
So if I'm going to look like I'm in love, you better believe I'm going to be the loveliest love of them all.
You look like Strawberry Shortcake had a quickie marriage with one of Khloe Kardashian's exes for the NBA.
That would be
And they had one child. They loved her so good.
Loved her so much.
They named her Valentine Jones.
Yes. Valentine Uniqua Jones.
Valentine Uniqua Jones Shortcake, because she kept her mother's name. Are you excited for Valentine's Day?
I'm so excited for Valentine's Day, but I'm a little sad all in the same aspect.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
Because I don't really, I want to have like my own Valentine, to love and to rub.
To rub and to rub?
To rub and to love and to rub.
To love and to rub.
Yeah, it's more like love would it be? Love.
Lady Red, let's be honest. You can come out of the closet to our audience about your relationship. Lady Red has been seeing somebody. It's a very new relationship. He works on the show. And, it's a little awkward right now, honestly. But let's just call it out. I mean, Lady Red, I don't want to bullshit the audience. Lady Red is seeing, she's now dating the Valentine's bear. Barry the bear, right there. Yeah! Your boyfriend. Congratulations.
That's my man, bitches. Don't get it twisted. He is 6'4", full of fluff and stuff, bitch. He got that shit. He looked like a mini Teddy Ruxpin, son.
Me and your new boyfriend look exactly the same.
That is not my fault.
We look like twins.
You bite his style.
People, I think I've been doing this look for a long time. People saw him in the window of the Hallmark card shop, and they said to me, why are you hanging around Hallmark so much?
Because it's Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day.
Ooh, Lady Red, me and the bear are not your only Valentines. Because I also have another little hummingbird Valentine here in the studio. It's Mr. Adamita Josephita and the Go to Bed Wings.
Hey, Qween.
Yes, Queen. Word. Yeah, I mean, Adam, I wanted to congratulate you. This is a very special Valentine's Day for you, isn't it?
It is.
This is Adam Joseph's first Valentine's Day as a top. Congratulations. Well, thank you, Adam.
Oh my God, but this set looks so beautiful.
Doesn't it, honey?
Oh my goodness.
Well, that is thanks to our partners over at Out TV in Canada, honey, and worldwide for infusing some more dollars into the Hey Qween brand. So if you're in Canada watching this with your Valentine lover, it better be on Out TV because I don't want you bootlegging, okay?
No bootlegging. I love that.
No bootlegging.
No bootlegging.
All right, we got a great big show today, Lady Red. The gorgeous, lovely Broadway diva herself, Miss Alexis Michelle is here, and we'll be with her right after this very gay break. All right. Love celebrity gossip?
And Hollywood shade.
Of course you do. Subscribe to our brand new podcast, Hot Tea with Jonny
And Lady Red.
We read all the tabloids so you don't have to. I'm talking about Star, In Touch, Life and Style, National Enquirer, National Inquisitor. I mean, all the nationals. Subscribe to Hot Tea with Jonny and Lady Red now.
Hey Qween.
She stole our hearts and rode her ass around on the subway for years, causing a scene, pulling stunts, but she finally made her way into Drag Race, where she made herself known as America's premier theater drag queen. It's Miss Alexis Michelle. Yay!
Alexis, spill all the tea. Alexis Michelle is cutting up a hero on a Hey Qween.
Hey, Queen.
Hey, Queen.
Or should I say, hold on a second. Oh. Hey, Queen.
Wow.
Is it?
Word.
Are you feeling romantic now?
Oh, yeah. Nothing makes me feel romantic than tiny, tiny bubbles.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, baby, I just want to give you a Valentine's surprise. Tiny bubbles! Hey, Queen. Happy Valentine's Day, Queen.
Happy Valentine's Day. Although, I don't know, I feel like I'm trying not to take it personally that you're having me here on, VD.
Well, I've got to tell you, Alexis, we've had several guests on the show before you this season who all had quite a bit to say about you.
Oh, yeah?
They both let us know it was Miss Aja and Miss Pheromone, your gals from your season, who let us know that you have a title
Yes.
that no other queen can touch, and it is very VD related in some ways.
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes,
yes, sometimes it is.
It seems that you have the title of, well, why don't you tell us what it is?
I am your Mystic Pig Continental 2016.
Bravo! Pheromone actually said you were Miss Continental Dick Pig 2016, 2017, 2018, and beyond.
Well, really, the truth is that it's a 2016 title, but I refuse to step down.
Oh, I like that. Is that how they do it? That how they do it now in New York in the pageant scene, sweetie?
That's how I do it.
That's how I do it. I mean, I think we have a little montage of some things of pictures of showing you earning your title of Miss Dick Pig 2017.
Fabulous.
Let's take a look. Yep, she's really getting close to just her fans right there. Oh, I see. Oh, that's sweet. She's on her knees.
That guy had the sweetest, furriest butt I have ever seen.
See it to get up close. I understand. Keep going. Oh, that's a great one.
Little British twink. That was a good time.
Hello, Alexis. Look at my arse. A little closer, Alexis.
Now, I want to say, I'm not just, a brazen hussy. That first picture happened because that guy 3 times walked into the dressing room from out in the club. He just walked right in. And on the 3rd time, I was like, all right, you want to be in here? Get over here, girl. Make yourself useful. It's like Isabella Rossellini in Death Becomes Her. Keep your ass handy.
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, you certainly, once Drag Race ends, you really hit the tour circuit.
That's
so
right.
you must have had your pick of gentlemen something to peruse?
You know, some of the girls are really like staunch about not mixing with fans in that way.
Yeah.
And the way I see it is, you know, you're not fans, you're my friends. Mm-hmm. There are times when I can tell, like, okay, that just won't work. There's no way that's going to happen.
Right.
And there was one time in San Francisco, actually, I had to tell this sweet, cute fellow to stop talking about Drag Race in bed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem because they know who you are, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, you can still be like, yeah, what's up, fella? It's just me. How's it going? But then they're like, wait a second. Let me just look at you. Are you Alexis Michelle? Oh my God, tell me about so-and-so, or girl.
The best part is when I'm having a conversation on the applications.
Yes.
And I can like smell it. They haven't come out and said, I know who you are, but I can always tell.
Right.
And then there was this one time when I had a play date with a fellow. And I really didn't think that he knew who I was. Like there was no tell during the conversation.
Right.
And then when I walked in the door, the first thing he said was, "This is surreal." And I instantly was like,
Oh, thank you.
But you know what? I had already driven like 35 minutes. And so we didn't say another word about it until after.
Right.
And then he launched in. He was like, oh, God, I've been watching you all season. I was like, oh.
You're like, all right, kid. Well, you just got a VIP meet and greet that you can't order online, okay?
Actually, you can.
Oh. I guess you do order it online, just not on the Works the World or whatever website.
Right, that's right.
Now you're prepping for a big new one-woman show.
Yes. So last year at Feinstein's 54 Below, which is New York City's premier Broadway cabaret room.
Now, is Michael Feinstein always there in the back being like, keep going, kid, now let's see how it works, okay? I've been doing this for years, kid. Is he back there?
No, actually, Michael has yet to show up to one of my shows.
How rude.
Michael,
please.
Michael, please, Michael. But last year we did I think we did 6 shows.
Wow.
And that show was called It Takes a Woman, and the gist of that show was it took dressing up like a lady to make a lot of my biggest dreams come true. And that was sort of the theme of that show. And then the theme of this show is a little different. You know, now that I've exposed myself to the world.
And not just on tour.
It's been such an interesting and fascinating and exciting journey. And this is a show that is about my sort of reflecting and actually going inward a little bit because there's so much outside stimulus.
Yeah.
I've turned to meditation, and that's actually kind of the theme of this show. The show is called Alexis I Am, and it's based on one of my favorite mantras that I learned in meditation, where on your inhale, you think the word I, and on the exhale, you think the word am. And it's just this very simple, practical, existential mantra. And, you know, when the mind is busy, because the mind can be busy and you can hear a lot of noise, just saying I am is enough to focus on and enough to deal with in the moment.
Wow.
So
Now,
that's sort of the theme of the show.
Did you find that did you start that kind of meditation thing after all of the madness of Drag Race happened because you needed to get away from all the constant talking and everything else?
I practiced yoga and meditated years ago. And as I became a full-time drag queen, that kind of like went on the back burner for a while because late hours and
all
busy
the rest.
schedules.
Yeah, you're like, I don't need to fucking meditate. Give me a goddamn cocktail and let's do this show.
But yeah, it's totally been out of necessity for the sort of whirlwind that is being on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
So it's a way that each day I can just, for 5 or 10 minutes, if that's all I have, just sort of like slow down, quiet down, and just like be really, really present and still for a second.
And what kind of music are you performing in the show? Is it all show tunes? Is it original stuff?
There aren't originals in this show. My shows, it's like, I'd say probably 40 to 50% show music or standards. And then the really fun ones, the ones I really, really love, are like the random pop songs that like sort of grab my attention for whatever reason. And then me giving, giving the Alexis Broadway flair to them. So yeah, it's like, I'd say it's sort of like half pop and half Broadway.
This must have been such a exciting year for you. I mean, finally, you've been hustling all these years, and finally, you're at Feinstein's, you're doing, everything that you really dreamed, traveling the world.
Yeah.
It must be a lot to deal with, though. You get the constant attention, then you suddenly have to deal with judgment from people online, but then you also are able to do things that you never thought you'd be, or hope that you would do, but didn't have the access.
Totally. And that's the part you have to focus on.
Yeah.
Because when you're thrust into this kind of position, it's complicated. It's not just one thing. It's great, it's hard, it's exhausting, it's fabulous, it's thrilling, it's, can be scary at times even. And so you have to focus on the positive, which is all of these opportunities that I always wanted for myself and thought would happen somehow.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how. They happened. But yeah, it's a lot, I get asked constantly by, young queens, oh, what can I do? I want to do Drag Race. How do I? And I mean, my number one advice to any young queen, whether it's about getting on Drag Race or just creating a path for yourself, making a career, is you've just got to tune into you and do it and not worry about what people are going to think about it too hard. Because A, you'll never please everybody, and B, if you really do something that's authentic to you, that's relatable, and that can really impact people in such a strong way.
And you have a new album, too, that you're working on with Trixie's same producer from her chart-topping record.
Yes. So my love, Brandon James Gwynn, we started working together last year on my show at 54 Below. And I came to him. Oh, there he is.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, cutie pie. He's such a sweetheart. And
who's that other hairy man in the picture with him?
That's a man, Maury. a man made out of tin. So actually, I met Brandon because one of my drag sisters in New York, Chelsea Piers.
Oh, yeah.
She's his boyfriend. And when I was looking for a music director, she was like, oh, why don't you talk to my honey? And I was like, oh, my God, why didn't I think of that sooner? And so we had this talk, and it's just been the most amazing working relationship. He's an incredible collaborator. And I'm so excited for the work we've been doing on this album. He did some really beautiful arrangements.
And what are you giving? Because this will be your first album. Something you've been dreaming of forever.
And I will say it's very much like the album I've been dreaming of.
Yeah.
It's very indicative of the shows I do, the cabaret shows. It's going to be some show tunes, some pop tunes with the Alexis treatment.
Treatment is the best kind of treatment.
But yeah, it's going to be cool. And there's some things on there that I don't think anybody will see coming.
Cheers to that, sweetie.
I'll drink
your
to that.
album. We'll drink to that. And we'll be back with more Alexis Michelle right after this, my little Valentine. Yeah.
Hey Queen.
Hey Queens, thanks for watching. For part 2 of this interview, click here. For more Hey Queen fabulousness, click here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.